Test 1 2. Test 1 2. What is up, everyone? Welcome back to the Preston Sports Podcast. This is it's Saturday. I'm getting ready to sit down and record 3 of these, so hopefully they all go well. Today we're going to be talking about, I'm kind of going to go through the 2021 season, what I think will happen. I've actually already gone through and done each team game by game for all 17 games. Took me a while, but I was able to sit down and get it done. And before I get started, like, subscribe, do all this stuff. Sorry, I have to say it. Like, subscribe, punch the notification bell, punch. Sorry, headphone users. But now, records. I don't have to be right on records. It was hard. There was a lot of times where I would go back and forth between two teams. There was a lot to consider with each game. This took me about an hour to sit down and do, but I feel confident in what I have as far as standings. So, like, this person will finish first, this person will finish second, third, fourth in their division. I'm confident in that. We'll start in the AFC. Actually, no, we'll go NFC and work our way to the AFC. AFC North will be last. NFC, we'll start with an NFC North. And this division does have Green Bay. I'm banking on Aaron Rodgers playing for the Packers, because to predict a trade would be too crazy. And I'm also, should I say that I'm going to have Julio Jones out of these predictions right now, because I know he won't be with Atlanta, but we don't know what team he will be with. So Aaron Rodgers will be on the Packers. Julio Jones is out of the league in this scenario. Not out of the league, but we're going to pretty much consider him a non-factor. So I have Green Bay, Minnesota, Chicago, and Detroit. So, and that's 1 through 4 respectively. Green Bay I have going 14-3. Minnesota I have going 8-9. Chicago also going 8-9. And Detroit I have going 1-16. It was hard for me. I think Detroit will be better than that, but it's hard for me to say games Detroit will win. If we go to Detroit, let me actually go to their schedule real quick. So they play San Fran, Green Bay, Baltimore, Chicago, Minnesota, Cincinnati, LA Rams, the Eagles, who I have them beating actually. They go to the Steelers, then they go to Cleveland, then they're in Detroit versus Chicago. Then they're in Detroit versus Minneapolis. They go to Denver, home versus Arizona. They go to Atlanta. They go to Seattle. And then they finish home against Green Bay. So it's hard for me to really pick any team for them to lose to, just because the Lions, the team overall isn't that good. And I don't think they need to be. I think Dan Campbell needs to prove he's a competent head coach. And I think they'll kind of, try to get good draft picks this year. That's just my opinion. But let's go back to where I have it. Yeah, so the Packers with Aaron Rodgers, very good team. There's a couple games I have them losing because of their defense. I don't think their defense is that phenomenal. Sorry. I like Zadarius Smith. I like my boy Preston Smith. What up? Same name, bros. But, I mean, it's hard for me to pick their defense to really win them games. Love Jair Alexander, obviously. They don't really have an established linebacker. Sorry, my page is being a little weird. Oh no. Whoa. Sorry, I guess I forgot to take my allergy pill last night. That was not very fun. I probably could have muted that. Oh no. Well, the page is not working. That's just great. Well, please tell me it didn't delete everything. That would really suck. I would probably cry. But yeah, so I'll talk about Minnesota. Oh, it didn't delete everything, thank goodness. Yeah, so I like Minnesota. Yeah, let's just go back to the wild card. I like Minnesota's offense. I think Kirk Cousins is pretty underrated. I think Dalvin Cook is someone who is of top, honestly, I don't know, definitely top 5 running back. Could be higher. I think that Justin Jefferson and Adam Thielen are a great wide receiver duo. I think Irv Smith Jr. is a really good tight end, one of the better young tight ends in the league. Now, I don't know why it's showing up like this. Let's go. There we go. Sorry. To the NFC South. Now, Tampa Bay. I have them going 15-2. They brought every offensive and defensive starter back. It's the first time in the Super Bowl and cap space era that has happened. I think they got better in the draft. I think the team is good. It's hard to pick a team over them. They're a very good team. And, probably the best roster in football. Number 2 in the division, I have the Saints. The Saints sneak into the playoffs at the 7th seed. I have them going 9-8. I think there will be a noticeable gap losing Drew Brees. I think Jameis Winston will start, and I think he'll play okay. I don't know if the turnovers will completely go away in a new offense. It's his second year. Oh, excuse me, I'm making a bunch of noises today. But I don't know if the turnovers will completely go away. He hasn't really taken a lot of reps in that offense. But 9-8, I feel like, is a good record for them. I think they'll be okay, not great. Then we go to Carolina. Now Carolina is a team I wanted to have do a lot better. I think Carolina is going to be sneakily good this year. They'll probably make the playoffs. But I didn't feel comfortable because there's so many unknown variables. Like, will Sam Darnold play like the 3rd overall draft pick? Will J.C. Horn play like the 8th overall draft pick? Will the offensive line hold? Will the wide receivers be able to perform? Who'd they get? Oh yeah, will Christian McCaffrey come back at 100%? Things like that, where they honestly could be a very good team, a playoff team, but I just can't put them much higher. And then we have Atlanta, 2-15. I mean, they're not good. Sorry, they're just not. I mean, they got Kyle Pitts, yeah, but their problem was on defense, and they didn't really get any massive defensive upgrades. They lost Keanu Neal and DeMonte Kaiser from the secondary, the safety rooms, strong safety, free safety, respectively. Keanu Neal, strong safety, DeMonte Kaiser, free safety. Don't think they're any good. Sorry. NFC East, we have a winning team. We have one winning team from the NFC East, and it's football team. I have them going 11-6. I really like football team. I love the defense. I'm a big defensive football guy. I love when I see good defense, and that is a great defense. You have Cameron Curl, one of the better defensive rookies at the draft class. You have Landon Collins, who's definitely regressed since his time in the Giants, but he's not it's not like he's a scrub. He can still play football okay. You have the best defensive line in football. We have Montez Sweat, Chase Young, Deron Payne, Jonathan Allen, and I believe Matthew Ioannidis is still on the team back there somewhere. I have them going 11-6. And then you go down to the 2nd seed, Dallas Cowboys, 8-9, not a playoff team. I think Dallas could honestly be pretty good this year. I don't know how well their defense will be. It depends on what Micah Parsons is. If they trade, excuse me again, goodness gracious, if they trade Leighton Vander Esch or Jalen Smith before the season starts, I think Dallas is one of the teams I could probably put doing a little bit better. I don't know if they're a playoff team, but I think Dallas could do a little bit better. Sorry, Corbin, I have your Giants going 6-11. I just don't like the Giants this year. I don't like the offense. I don't think Daniel Jones is it. They signed Kenny Golladay, but he can't create separation. I don't know if Daniel Jones can necessarily put the ball where he needs to for Kenny Golladay to win the 50-50 ball. Saquon is supposed to be coming back. Who knows if he'll be the same? I normally bet on players to come back fine from injuries. It's just with Saquon, who knows? I don't think he's necessarily injury prone. I just don't know if he'll get injured again. He's gotten injured the past 2 seasons. Maybe that knee isn't 100% yet. I doubt. He got hurt in week 2, so he should be fine, honestly, from the knee. The offensive line is still garbage, and they lost players on the offensive line. Yeah, and the defense is good. They lost a couple players. They got Adoree Jackson. Not exactly They have Jabril Peppers and Weapon X Xavier. Is that no? He's not Weapon X. B-Doc is Weapon X. The X-Man, that's Xavier McKinney. Sorry, they both had X in it. And then their linebackers, nothing great. I know Blake Martinez had a lot of tackles, but allowing a lot of catches gets you a lot of tackles. And then we go to the Philadelphia Eagles, 3-14. Don't think they're good. Jalen Hurts isn't it. They got Devontae Smith, and he'll probably get one of those wins for him. But defense is garbage. They ain't it. In the NFC West, excuse me again, I'm so sorry. We have the LA Rams 1, Seattle Seahawks 2, Arizona Cardinals 3, and the Niners 4. Everyone's saying like the Niners will be a playoff team. I genuinely don't see it. I get Trey Lance is good. I get George Kittle is coming back, and I get Brandon Ayuk and Deebo Samuel are a good wide receiver duo. I get they have a good offensive line. They brought Trent Williams back. I believe they got Austin Mack in free agency. And I know the defense is pretty good. You got Dre Greenlaw, Fred Warner at linebacker, Nick Bosa, Eric Armstead. But in all honesty, the secondary is non-existent. Jaquiski Tartt and Jimmy Ward are fine, sure, but Jason Verrett, and I don't even remember, I think it was Emmanuel Mosley is the other starting corner. They're going to get burned. Fred Warner can only do so much on that defense. And we saw in the Super Bowl that if you have a good pass rush, then you don't really need a great secondary. But at least Sean Murphy-Bunting and James Dean are something. Jason Verrett has dealt with injuries his whole career, and he's played fine without injuries, but who knows if he'll get injured again. And then you have Emmanuel Mosley, who has not been the best cornerback in the league. I just don't think San Fran is great. And I have them going 8-9, not a bad record. I don't know if that's a good record, honestly. It's a losing record, but you won 8 games. It's kind of eh. But yeah, I just don't think the Niners will be too good next year. Sorry, Niners fans. Let's go. So that's the NFC, and then in the NFC I have. So first seed is obviously Tampa Bay. And then second seed is Green Bay, third is LA, fourth is football team, fifth is Seattle, sixth is Arizona, 7 is New Orleans. I should talk about Arizona real quick. I have Arizona going 11-6. I think Arizona could be better, could be worse. It's hard to tell right now. Depends on how Cliff Kingsbury. I don't think Cliff Kingsbury is it. Based on their roster, I gave them that much, but you look at their secondary, not the best secondary in the world. Lost Patrick Peterson. They still have, Byron Murphy? But besides him, not much. Or him and Budda Baker in the secondary, but not much in the cornerback group. And the strong safety position, I don't even know who it is for the Cardinals, in all honesty. But yeah, so playoff games, wild card weekend, it's New Orleans at Green Bay, Arizona at LA, Seattle at Washington, and we'll talk all the way from the wild card to the Super Bowl in the next episode. So we're going to go all the way to the AFC side. I'll start in the AFC East, why not? Buffalo, 15-2. I think Buffalo is so good. I love how they improved their defense. I'm a little worried about their secondary, but besides that, I love Buffalo. I really think they'll be really good. If Josh Allen can stay playing at MVP form, if last season wasn't a fluke, then they should be so good. They brought in Emmanuel Sanders for the offense. I think they're really good. Miami, 10-7. I think Miami could honestly be a lot better. I think Jalen Waddle was the best wide receiver in the draft class. Shout out Bengal. He also thinks that. I think Tua will take a step up this year. I think their offensive line has to be a little bit better. And we actually, Fix 'em Up Friday will be the Dolphins. Speaking of their offensive line. But anyways, their offensive line will have to be a little bit better. I would like to see them try to trade for a running back. I didn't have them do it in the Fix 'em Up, but I would like to see them try to trade for a running back or maybe sign a lower quality one in free agency. Just don't like that position for them. Defensively, Jerome Baker, Raekwon McMillan, really good linebackers. They have Xavier Howard off the at the cornerback position. They have Byron Jones at the cornerback position. They took Javon Holland. They have Eric Rowe. I like the Dolphins. I think they'll be really good. Then the 2 5-12 teams, I have the Jets and the Patriots. I think the Jets could be better. I think the Patriots could also be better. Just based off of what I've seen and what I see from their rosters and what I've seen from the players they brought in. I'm going to keep them at 5-12. I have stars next to them, though. They could be a lot better. I don't think either of them will make the playoffs, in all honesty. The AFC is just too good right now. But just right now, that's what I have. Sorry, New England. Giving out a bunch of money doesn't mean you win games. Just ask the Jets, actually. And then I'll go to the AFC South. I think Carson Wentz, I don't think he'll be MVP Carson Wentz. I don't think he'll be 2017 2018 Carson Wentz, but I think we'll see a good Carson Wentz. I like Jonathan Taylor as one of the better young running backs in the league, probably top 15 running backs right now. Could be top 10, top 5 by the end of the season, maybe. I like the offensive line they have. Quentin Nelson, best guard in football. And I love their defense. They brought back Xavier Rhodes. They have Bobby Okereke and Darius Leonard at the linebacker positions. Brought in Kwity Paye, edge out of Michigan. Obviously traded for DeForest Buckner last year. They have Grover Stewart, I believe, as well, who's been playing pretty well. I like the team. And then, wide receiver, they could possibly trade for Julio. That's a possibility, but not factored in. They brought T.Y. Hilton back. They have Michael Pittman Jr., I believe Zach Pascal. I like their team. We go to Tennessee. I think Tennessee's going to disappoint this year. I have them going 9-8. Lost a lot of key pieces in their secondary. And yeah, they took Caleb Farley, but I think he's really good, but I don't know how healthy he'll be, and that's a big problem for me. They probably still won't be able to generate pressure, more than likely. And they lost Corey Davis and Jonnu Smith, two of their better pass catchers. I don't think Corey Davis lived up to his draft pick, but he was still good. So pretty much the game will have to be won on the ground with Derrick Henry. And I don't know. I just think the Titans will disappoint. I think Derrick Henry is good, but I think he might be starting to think he's a bit untouchable. I think the Titans are starting to think that too. One of the more disrespectful teams in the league, and I'm personally not a fan of how disrespectful they are. I like Mike Vrabel and how funny he is, but at a certain point, it's just come on, guys, get it together. You're professionals. But yeah, I don't think Tennessee will do that well. Jacksonville, 4-13. I think Trevor Lawrence will be really good. But I just don't think that the team's together yet. I think 2022, they'll be really good. Probably the second place, maybe even first place in their division, depending on what free agency holds for them. But I think Jacksonville is really starting to lay the foundation, and we'll see how Urban Meyer is as a head coach. Houston, 1-16. Assuming Deshaun Watson doesn't play, they don't have much. J.J. Watt left. DeAndre Hopkins left. Deshaun Watson probably won't be there next year, whether that's he's on another team or he's just sitting out. Lost Will Fuller. They just 1-16. Sorry. And then I'll go to the West. Kansas City, 16-1. Good job, Kansas City. Best record in the league. Love Kansas City. I think losing the Super Bowl made Mahomes mad, and I think making Mahomes mad is not a good idea because I think the league will be scorched. I think it will be a hellish, fiery landscape, and no one will enjoy being in the league. I'm really worried. I don't think they did that much on the defensive side of the ball, if I'm remembering correctly. But excuse me again. But the team's good. Andy Reid, one of the better head coaches, probably top 3 head coach in the league, top 10 all time, personally, in my opinion. I think he's an offensive genius. Eric Bieniemy is still there somehow. I think the team is, they're just kind of a good football team. Second place in that division, I have the LA Chargers. Justin Herbert coming off his offensive Rookie of the Year season where he shouldn't have won Offensive Rookie of the Year, but that's okay. They have Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, Derwin James should be coming back. I'm not exactly positive on their corner situation, but I know they got Asante Samuel Jr. in the draft, fixed up that offensive line. Austin Eckler should be coming back. Chargers are a team I could actually see doing a lot worse than I have. I have them going 10-7. If Justin Herbert has a sophomore slump, this team won't go very far. But if he continues to play, and even if he improves, they could probably do better than 10-7. That's just what I have him at right now. We go to Denver, 8-9. Denver is a team I could see doing a lot better. I don't know if Teddy Bridgewater or Drew Lock will start. I still think Drew Lock could be the guy for Denver. I think Drew Lock has played really well his rookie year. You kind of saw the same thing with Baker. Played well his rookie year. Incompetent head coaching led to a bad sophomore year. They didn't get a new head coach, but a couple players, Cortland Sutton's coming back, Von Miller's coming back. They got rid of Jawan James, but Garrett Bowles ended up playing like a really good tackle last year. I think Denver could be really good. Have them 8-9. That's all I can really put them. Vegas. Don't like Vegas. Don't like the team. I don't like Josh Jacobs anymore. I don't think he's that good. Then their offensive line got significantly worse. They lost Nelson Aguilar. They still have Henry Ruggs and Hunter Renfrow. Don't like their defense at all. Don't like Vegas. 2-15. Sorry. Their only 2 wins do come against divisional opponents. I don't remember who that was. And now, the moment of truth. AFC North. Best division in football. Actually, I'll put them second best because 3 teams from the west of NFC. I don't know why I said it like that. The NFC West made the playoffs and only 2 from the AFC North. The Steelers didn't make the playoffs? No, they're garbage. I have it Cleveland, Baltimore, Cincy, Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh, 6-11. Don't think they're good. Cincinnati, I love Joe Burrow. I love Jamar Chase. Love Tyler Boyd. Love Joe Mixon. I love Jesse Bates. Love insert defensive player here. 9-8. Winning record. I trust Joe Burrow. Since he's a team I could see doing a lot worse, actually, depending on how Joe Burrow is from his knee surgery. Offensive line didn't improve at all. Look at their schedule. I don't remember who I had them beating. Did I have them beat Cleveland once? Because if I did, I probably have to change that. We play Cincy week 18, so the 17th game. And I have them beating Cleveland because I imagine Cleveland will rest their starters. I don't think it changes that much in the landscape, whether they go 13-4 or 14-3. But yeah, so Baltimore 11-6. Like Baltimore, I think Lamar is starting to get figured out. I think they traded Orlando Brown Jr., so their offensive line got worse. I don't know. I'm just not super confident in the Ravens. I still have them going 11-6. I think they'll be good. It's just, I don't know. Something about that team makes me feel weird, and it could be just bias from a Browns fan. That's entirely possible, but yeah. Pittsburgh, obviously trash. Big Ben, trash. Minka, trash. Joe Hayden was good in Cleveland, but now he's trash. Okay, that's gonna be it for this episode. I know it wasn't that much. We're just talking about teams. But, that's a sports podcast. After this, we will talk about the playoffs. Oh, and let me go through the playoff teams. Sorry. First seed is going to be Kansas City, obviously. Second seed, Buffalo. Third string, Cleveland. Fourth string, Indy. Fifth string is Baltimore. Sixth string, Miami. Seventh string, LA. Seventh string, why am I saying string? Seed. First seed, Kansas. Second seed, Buffalo. Third seed, Cleveland. Fourth, Indy. Fifth, Baltimore. Sixth, Miami. Seventh, LA Chargers. And then the games look like Kansas City bye, Baltimore at Indy, Miami at Cleveland, LA at Buffalo. Alright, that's it for this episode. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll be right back talking about the playoffs, who will go all the way to the Super Bowl. And then, this is going to come out on Monday. Next episode will come out on Wednesday. Fix Them Up will come out on Friday, obviously. And then, so I will talk to you guys on Wednesday. Peace out. Bye. Enjoy life. Like, subscribe. Do the things. Adios.